Welcome and thank you. You are now listening to Gospel Girl Monique Nicole, the My Narrative podcast. Good, no, great, whatever time it is as you are listening to this. For my guest and I, we started this interview off at 8 p.m. and ended around 11 p.m. at night. As you already know, everyone has a narrative, and I made it my mission to create a platform for such narratives to be told. Our narratives consist of many highs and many lows. This podcast is a place to be a safe haven for the narrative to open up their heart, because everyone needs someone to talk to. And for the listeners, this is an opportunity to gain a new understanding, to be inspired, to reach purpose as well. A purpose fulfilled is the goal, right? This podcast is for the enjoyment of storytelling. So let the truth be told. This is my narrative. Now, one truth I have is with this interview. We started off a little rough. The beginning got kind of cut off. So as you hear the narrator seem like she's going into a conversation that's already started, well, it already did. But I believe you'll enjoy it either way. Again, thank you for listening. Let's get started.
There's a little story that must be told. And it goes a little something like this. Yes.
Here we go again, back in SD's studio with the custodian. Peace to New Name Society. Them MCs, mad variety. We got those producers. We got those fellas artists. Don't let us start this. Back in Brick City again with the custodian. And my grizzly on. You hearing the voice of that kid putting it down once again. I don't know why she hates me. But we still gonna get it to him. And make their ears bleed.
I don't know. It just hung up. I guess we were getting off topic. I guess I can finish that out and say that you love the way that you like to be loved, but that doesn't mean that that's the way that person wants to be loved. Does that make sense?
And you were right. You named all 5 of them.
Oh, yay.
Words of affirmation, physical touch, receiving gifts, quality time, acts of service, acts of kindness, same thing. But you got them all right.
Okay.
So.
Yay. You should definitely read that book, by the way. You should definitely read that book.
Yeah, it's been highly recommended, so I will definitely have to invest and take the time to. And I love stuff like that, like, because communication is so big for me. So I want to know more. So you feel like people know what you really need, because especially in relationships, like you feel some type of way when like you feel like you're saying what you want, but you might not really be getting it across, or they just might not love that way. So
exactly, you get it. You hit it right on the nose. But I don't know, man. Overall, I think my real focus is just growth and building. I kind of changed. I think since I've lost weight, because I lost like almost 60 pounds now. So I've just been losing weight, and I feel like I kind of shed the old me, and the new me found out that I can self-motivate, which I didn't know I could do, which is great, because if I can lose weight, then I can self-motivate myself to do anything else. So I've just been attacking different points of my life. Like, oh, I fixed this one, okay, boom. I fixed another one, boom. It's just like just focusing on things. But I think being a part of the community kind of made it real. I don't know any other way to kind of say that. Like, brought it to the forefront. Yeah.
Right. It's
like
just about people who have the same mindset.
Exactly.
It is definitely, we definitely get that from the group. And my apologies for not introducing how awesome you are, Miss Sales Guru, if that's okay if I call you that.
That's fine. I'll take the compliment. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have been doing sales since I was 15. And I really, really, truly enjoy it. I enjoy teaching other people how to be good at it too, and be, I guess, more so open-minded to the different personalities of the world. Because, like, so many different types of people. And there's people with dry humor, there's people with hilarious humor, there's some people that just are strictly business, they're to the penny, you know, and you need to know how to navigate through that. And it's hard and it's stressful, but it's fun, it's challenging, and when you embrace it, it's very lucrative.
That's right.
But you work for it. Please believe me, you work for it. I mean, I get up as early as 6, and I'm not done until 9 almost every night. So, but I'm done at 6. Like, my work hours are 9 to 6. But I work until 9 because I know my business gets off at 5, and most people are making their calls and responding between that time. So that's when I'm the most effective. So that's when I work the hardest.
Coming at it at another angle. Teach them, Antoinette.
Yeah. But that's my plan in the future, is to be able to teach others and start focusing on those people, or children, should I say, that are so shunned for being themselves, for being funny, for being jovial, you know what I mean? And it's like they're always pointed out as a troublemaker, or, you know, the class clown, all the negative, derogative statements they're, you know, associated with. But, you know, they're actually great salespeople in the making, if you think about it, because people that are, if you can make somebody laugh, laughing is universal. You know, that's why Mr. Bean is so famous, universal, because he doesn't have to talk to be funny. He's so physical, you know, and that's what we have to kind of portray as salespeople through our inflections, through our questions, through our dialogue. And speaking of, I've been talking a lot. I know this is about me, but I kind of want to make this a dialogue and not a monologue. So I'm going to let you have some questions.
It can be both, because once the questions come, then you let me know what you want to say or how you want to respond to them. So I feel like I'm excited to ask you this question, because I really want to see what you think. So, what are the first assumptions, or what are some of the common assumptions that people make about you when they first meet you?
That's a great question. I get mixed answers on that. Some, I think it depends on, this is a horrible answer, but the realest answer, and here comes the real answer, Matt. The realest answer is, it depends on how big of a hater it is, to be honest.
So it depends on who we ask.
Yes. I mean, if it's someone that's envious because they don't want to see anyone do better than they are, then they'll say, oh, well, she's braggadocious, or she is, she's a know-it-all, or, you know, she just thinks she's the best, or, you know, something along that line. But then I run into people that just observe me, and they stop me when I'm not happy, and they say, what's going on with you today? You're always happy. You're like this bright light when you walk in. And when I see you, I know it's going to be a good day. And you don't have to say anything, but you're always whistling, or you're always singing, or you're always smiling, and you always speak. And it just feels so good to be around you. It's like God's light is just shining off you. So don't let anybody dim your light. Somebody pull me to the side and tell me that means that I'm doing something right. So it doesn't matter who tells me, or you know it all, or you think you know everything, or you think you the best. No, that's what you think, obviously. That's not what I think about myself. I am the best. I do think that about myself. But I am the best, but I'm the best because I'm compromising. I'm the best because I'm not greedy. I'm not greedy. I'm not going to screw somebody over to get a sale, because there's always going to be another sale. And I'm always going to get money if I work hard enough for it. You understand? And I'm going to. So,
Right.
but I feel like for the most part, I would say that people would perceive me as jovial, very social, bubbly, pretty much all the words synonymous to that. You know, God's light. I try to project God's light, you know, anywhere that I go. And I feel like when you're surrounded around a lot of negativity, or people trying to suppress your dream or suppress your growth, you start to become bitter. Your light starts to dim, and then you become like them. And I'm like, I'm not going to let you dim my light because you don't like me, or you don't want to see me succeed because I'm doing better than you, or I'm doing something that you can't do. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
I hope that answers the question.
No, it did, because it's true. It's true, and it makes sense on how people can, depending on, you know, where they're looking from and what their perspective intent is, that there's people that they want to see more of that light, and maybe they might not be as confident as you. So when they see you confident and shining out, they're like, yeah, she's speaking for all of us, you know, that kind of thing. And then it's the people who are trying to, you know, silence you. They want to make you feel like you speaking up is wrong. So you would stop. And, you know, and that's not the case. And God revealed to me a while ago the difference between light and dark. Like, if there's light and there's a little bit of darkness, you don't notice it as much as when it's dark and there's just a little bit of light. So don't feel like that you in a room around people who, you know, aren't believers, or they might have some issues going on, or they just want to be in the dark and just want to be mad or whatever it may be, that you being the only person carrying the light doesn't hold weight. Because you can be in the dark tunnel, in the dark room, but you just see just that little bit of light. You know you're good. You know, like, okay, if I keep going that way, I can get out. But nobody's paying attention to when it's a bright room and just a little bit of darkness somewhere. Like, nobody's paying that much attention. Not that it's not dangerous, and not that we shouldn't, you know, eliminate that. But I just believe that in the darkest of rooms, that little bit of light makes such a huge difference. And that's what people seeing you at work when they're around you. Aw. Well, you deserve it, girl. You need to hear it.
I received that, though. I really did. I received that, because my morale for a long while was really down. I was like kind of depressed, because it's just like, no matter how hard I fight, no matter, you know, who I tell or how hard I work, I'm still at the same place. And it's like, for what? You know? For what? But it's like, I got a little girl to worry about. I have a mortgage to pay and a car note. And I snap out quick.
That pressure gets heavy. It's heavy really quick.
Really quick.
So then that goes into my next question, because you mentioned, you know, a lot of weight you're carrying as a single mom, and so how many people like really, really know you, like know the real Antoinette? Can you say that's a lot of people, or that's very few?
Not at all. I would say I can probably count on 2 hands, maybe. Like 2 hands. Seriously. Because, like I said, like, I code switch all day. This is what I do. I'm a chameleon. So when I have an opportunity to be around people where I can be just me, it's so refreshing. It's so like filling. Like when you're that's where I was going with it. With the 5 love languages, they talk about when your love tank is empty. And I won't say love tank in my situation, but I'll say it in a sense that someone or something has to fill it. And I feel like when I'm around certain people and certain energy and certain people of the same mindset, my success tank, there we go. My success tank is filled, because at some points it's really drained. Like work, it's draining. You know, when I get home, my daughter kind of replenishes it, you know, because she gives me hope. She's my motivation, you know. And my mom, she replenishes me, and you know, friends and family. But you know, that's my support, that's my anchor. And not a lot of people are around me on a day-to-day basis to say, you know, this is her, this is the real her. I try to be the real me all the time, in the sense that I'm very blunt, I'm very honest, I'm straightforward. I'm a woman of my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it, because that's what I expect. But I have to understand that everybody's not me. Everybody doesn't have integrity. Everybody doesn't have morals. Everybody's not a good person. I have to say I'm a good person, like I'm some type of saint or I'm flawless, because I mess up, I lie, I cheat. Things happen in life. We grow, though. I wouldn't say that I do that now. I have in the past, but you know, I've grown. You're right. I'm old now. But I want to be around people that mean what they say and say what they mean, because that's the type of person I am, and I think that shines through. No matter, you know, you might not like what I'm saying, but you always want to know it's going to be the truth. You know, it's going to be honest. Right. It's going to be transparent, and it's going to be not intentional to hurt anyone. Like, I may say something that may come off hurtful, but it'll never be in a hurtful way. Like, I'm raising my voice, or I'm yelling at somebody, or I'm cussing at somebody. You'll never see that. You'll see I'll cut you like a knife, but it'll be with logic. You know what I mean?
Right. It'll definitely be with your point on whatever it is you're discussing with that person.
Exactly. I don't beat around the bush. I don't have time for the games. This is what it is. Okay, let's move forward. That's just me. Because we got to get through it quick. Come on, we got some stuff to do. We got some stuff to do. But I don't know. I think a part of me feels like I kind of need to slow down too at the same time, because I'm so like, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Like, all right, we got it. All right, let's get the stuff in line. Let's get it organized. All right, we got it. Now let's go. What's the next? Because life ain't stopping for us. You know what I mean?
True. Very true. Why do you think being truthful, honest, and real is so important to you?
Wow, you have great questions. These are great questions. I just want to say that. Because they're making me think before I say them. Gotta think. Could you repeat the question?
Yeah, take your time. So, because I'm listening to what it sounds like your heart is saying, and being honest and true, and like just getting to the point with people, really not allowing anybody to think any opposite from what you're saying. Like, when you say something, you want people to know that this is it. This is exactly what you're trying to communicate to them. No, you're not getting past this. Like, this is the real. And why do you feel like, or believe, or think, whichever word fits for you, that being honest and real is such a core value for you and so important to you?
I think it's important to me. I think it stems back to my upbringing. My dad is like military, ex-police. My uncle's retired state trooper. My mom is the balance. And I'm a little bit of both. So my dad's just like my way or the highway all the time. And he's blunt and he's too rude though. Like he doesn't care about your feelings. Like feelings, forget that. It's a wrap. But my mom is like sweet and like very sympathetic and just very nurturing and loving and just like forgiving and just like the total opposite. Just a compromise of a good balance. A compliment. Right. They complement each other very well. And I think like I constantly war with the two personalities that I have become, because when I'm angry or I'm upset or I need to vent, I'm my dad. And I'm just this angry black woman in the perception of others. And I hate that because I don't want to be perceived as this angry black woman, because I'm intelligent, I'm articulate, and I'm not some around the way girl. You know what I mean? I understand things. I'm educated. So it's like when I accidentally create this persona of this angry black woman, it's just like, how do you turn that off? You don't. It's just like, now you've created this persona. And it doesn't matter how articulate you are. It doesn't matter anything past that. You're this ghetto ratchet girl now in everybody's eyes. And it's just like, I feel like then my mom has to kick in, you know, and she has to be, my mom's a pastor, by the way. I never said that part. So, she wasn't always so. But I think that side of me, you know, just really always being in the church setting and, you know, having a personal connection and wanting to, like, I would go to church by myself for years and nobody go. I have a house, 5 people. And I would go by myself because it was something that I wanted for me, and I had that connection. My relationship with God was just something special. And that's why when my brother was kind of ministering to me, you know, earlier, I received that I am special because I understood it kind of at an earlier age, like even when nobody else was connected, I was. But I mean, not to say that I haven't backslid and had my moments in life, because we all have. But because I'm not perfect, I just feel like everybody has their own growth in life. And I think the reason to get back to the answer, the reason I think it's so important to be the way that I am is because I don't have time to play games. I don't have time for the lies. I just don't. Because one, I don't have time to keep up with my own life. I got a lot of other stuff to keep up with. It's minimal brain capacity in there, and I got a lot of space. The storage is running out. So I don't have one for lies. I need it for important things. So I don't have time for that. So it's easy to get over that part. But on the flip side, I'm working so hard to be able to not come off as aggressive, because I have a very aggressive tone at all times. I can be saying Mary had a little lamb and they'd be like, well, who are you screaming at me? And I'd be like, I'm just singing Mary had a little lamb. Like, I can't say Mary had a little lamb. Okay, well, I'll just say nothing then. I'm serious. I feel like that's my life right now. Like, I can't say anything in a DPC. Like, I'm just an angry black woman. And I'll take it. Just give me what I need then. Can you give me that? Can you give me that, man? But rule number 1, if you can make them laugh, you got them. And I feel like I can pretty much do that with anybody, even the meanest guy. You know, I just got to find the connection. If I can find the connection anywhere, and I am very multifaceted. When I say I'm multifaceted, I am not your average female, okay? Not in a sexual way. But I mean, like, I like football. I like sports in general. Like, I watch sports and enjoy it. I'm not forced to. I like like cars, which is, I guess, rare. Like, I put the serpentine belt in my own car, which is not that easy, but not that hard. But whatever. The fact that I know what a serpentine belt is says a lot. If anybody
It
knows
does, because I just went, like, oh, I don't know what that is, but I'm listening.
It's basically, you know, that big giant belt that goes through all those loopy-loops in your car?
Yes.
That pop.
I got that. Okay.
Yeah, that pop. And you have to, like, kind of take a picture of it before you take the belt off, or have a picture of the diagram to be able to put it back in its proper order, which is very difficult. But I enjoy puzzles, so it was fun for me. I got it right.
So I just put it together.
I got it right. My car's running. But I'm cheap, obviously, at times, too. It's also a great trait. I like saving money.
Gotta say frugal. You're not cheap, you're frugal.
Exactly. I'm cost effective.
Cost effective.
But I used to work for the Hilton, and I was like the admin for the engineering department. So they handled the whole hotel, and I would order all the supplies for the electrical, the HVAC, the everything, you know, all carpet, everything. And it really kind of got me well versed in knowing how things work in all those different, not physically doing them, but, you know, knowing what they are, what different pieces are, what they're used for. I didn't just sit around and just say, oh, okay, I'll just order everything. Just let me know the numbers. Like, I'm not that person. I'm just like, oh, what's this? What's a ballot? Oh, what does that do? Oh, what's a tombstone? And I'm just asking questions as I go, and I'm just gaining knowledge. But it was more effective for my future and my growth because it's so crazy because every part of my life prepared me for the next part of my life.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy, like, as I think about it. So that got me the job as a service coordinator in an apartment complex. I was supposed to be leasing. And then they were like, oh, this lady's sick. God, this is God. This lady is sick. We need you to go to the basement. And I was supposed to be leasing, a leasing consultant. They put me in the basement because this lady was in the hospital and she never came back. And no, she's alive.
Never came back.
Yeah, she's alive. She never came back to work. So, sorry, that was very unclear. And sorry, I noticed it right after I said it. But they didn't want me to move upstairs to lease, and I wound up having to stay down there. But while I was down there, I basically handled the same thing as engineering at the Hilton. I ordered all the supplies. I handled all the intake calls for, like, issues for the property, 43 acres of property, of calls, just coming to me. And they were, like, raving about me. We love her. Don't let her leave. She's great because I just know how to deal with people and deal with irate customers because I've been doing it so long, living in Philly and dealing with the gallery. But, I just feel like, I'm sorry, it took me back just now. But when I was there, I ran into this guy that went to middle school with me and I never met him. And we just, you know, he was the manager over all these older men. He was only 30. He's a manager of guys working 60, 50, 40 over him. But he's the manager. And, you know, he really opened my eyes to some things about my own self-worth as far as my career. Like, what's an hour worth to you? And he just started breaking it down and, well, you need to start working on what you feel you're worth an hour. What's an hour of your time? I'm like, man, it just opened my eyes. But anyway, in the long and short, I say all that to say that all that growth put me where I am now. And I think that where I am with the community is at a place where everything is kind of put together because that was a huge part of my life. And then happened, and then the weight loss happened, and that kind of started a different part of my life. Well, I got married in there and then divorced, But we'll skip over that part.
I'm just throw that in there, take it out.
I had a baby too, and she'll be 7 next month. So, that's Olivia.
In November, right?
Yep.
Olivia. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What day? When's her birthday exactly?
The 28th.
28th.
She's almost my turkey baby.
Aww.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be sharing birthdays together. Well, we don't have the same birthday, but my birthday's close to her, so.
When is it?
It's December 2nd. So I'll be.
Oh, yeah, that is real close.
So yeah, we can happy birthday each other. Me and little Miss Olivia.
Double parties, like no.
Hey, if it's pizza and balloons, I'm all for it. That's all I need.
Probably. She wants Hatchimals. I'm like, see, listen, I might not have Hatchimals money, baby. You can't just spring that on me. I said, we need to start planning. It's so cute.
Look at her.
I know. I'm rubbing off on her. I'm rubbing off. I've been planning everything. I live and die by my planner now. Every day I carry one around with me, and I got one right in my bedroom. I'm just so focused. It's ridiculous. But I haven't really executed the way that I want to on this list yet. And, like, I haven't been fighting it, but I haven't been, like, chasing it down either. Like, I did call a couple people on it, but they didn't pick up. And it's not my fault. But I did leave a message. And they didn't call me back. But I'm going to try again. But I still got so many people to call, so it's okay. I just feel like opportunities have opened up just by me being so angry at them just trying to suppress me, and I just feel like I gotta prove a point now. So now I'm just coming and killing the game now. Which is awesome by accident. Like, it's awesome by accident, but it's like, I just want them to work along at this point. Like, I stopped fighting. Why are y'all still holding me down? Why?
It's like I gave up, but they still won't let me get up. Because you might start fighting again. That's why.
You're right. That's right. You're right. No, they already right. They better not never let me up. Never. Them coming up swinging.
They're like, she's not playing us. I don't trust it. She might start fighting again.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, honestly, if they just give me one more, I would leave it alone. I'll be happy making my money and flying off into the sunset. I promise I would. As long as I'm making my money, I'm happy. But that's all it takes. Like, why can't you just make me happy? There's plenty of opportunities out here. There's plenty of properties being built every single day. I can't have one. You going to stop me from one? How? Why? How and why?
Because they can't stop you. That's why.
You're so right. Because you know what? At this point, my focus is shifted, and this is all a vehicle to get to my destination. And I got to get through this obstacle. And that's okay, because obstacles happen. But it's not the end. It's not the end yet. It's not there. It's just an obstacle.
And what do you feel like you're trying to get to? Like, what is that like
what
you
am I in a rush to get to?
Yeah, like do you feel like there's something that you're trying to get to, like, now? Like, what's that thing on your heart that you're trying to get to right now?
I have a few things, to be honest.
Share 'em. Let me know.
Well, honestly speaking, I would love to have the freedom that I used to have. And what I mean by that is, when I first started with, I had more freedoms to come and go and make the calls I needed to make. Nobody bothered me because I made my numbers. And everybody was happy, and I like that. But I want that freedom all the time. I now, it's like working in the field and then being put into an office and you feel claustrophobic. Really, honestly, I could never have an office job ever again because I can't do it. I just can't do it. Nope, I can't do it. I won't do it. I will not ever again.
I feel you on that.
I literally put 30,000 miles on my car a year. That's how much driving I do.
And this is for the office, or this is so you're not in the office?
No, because I'm not in the office. I have
Okay.
properties from Vineland to Philadelphia. So I drive all day, pretty much. And that's really non-productive to me. Anyway,
Okay.
that's side note. What am I in a rush? What am I in a rush to get to? I am in a rush to get to being able to relax and focus solely on my goals and my dreams and my legacy. And my legacy is, I guess, the most important part of me. Because I don't do this for me. I do this for my family and my daughter and for my future. And I feel like I'm here to break the generational curse. That's what I'm here for. And that's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to retire by the time I'm 50. I'm 33. So, in order to accomplish that, I have to work really, really hard in my 30s, half hard in my 40s, and coast my 50s and 60s, and for the rest of my life on an island, preferably. But so I would say I'm in a rush to pursue my dreams at a higher level where I can have more flexibility to be able to spend time with my daughter, but be able to speak places and go places and travel the world, because I have a travel bug. Like, my ex-husband works for Southwest, so I've been to like 21 states and like 4 international, and I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing new cultures. I enjoy seeing new people. I enjoy speaking different languages. I enjoy it. And if like in my dream world, I could travel the world and do that for free and get paid to do that, and incorporate my daughter into my life more instead of waking up every day and saying hi and bye, because that's how I feel right now. Like I live to work and I work to live, and it's like it shouldn't be like that. It should be I do enjoy my job, don't get me wrong, because I enjoy sales and this is my passion. I've mastered it, I feel, and well, not mastered it, but I'm mastering it. I speak existence, and I feel like the quicker I get to my goal, the quicker I can relax and enjoy my daughter growing up, enjoy maybe being happy again, getting remarried or something, but I'm not there. I'm just focused on work right now, and it's kind of a lot. No social life, and I get it. It's a part of the process, but like, this community is kind of like my social life. That's kind of horrible. But not really. Y'all are all cool. But, yeah.
But no,
I don't think I really answered that. Did I answer that?
Yeah, you did. And just to kind of explain what the community is, me and Antoinette are in a professional and personal development as well online community called Natural Evolution. And through this community, we have gained a very strong relationship, created a really great support group, but also we were able to reach goals and do things that we were trying to self-motivate ourselves to do, and it just wasn't working because you can't do it by yourself. You can't. You need a team. You need people who can, when you, like you said, when your growth or your motivation tank is low and somebody comes and encourages you, it fills it back up. Like us telling ourselves how awesome we are every day, it's not the same as when people start to see the fruits of your labor and they feel impacted by you and things like that. that you know what's going outward as well, that it's being stretched, not just staying within yourself. And we definitely gained that in the community. So that's what Internet is referencing when she says the community that we're in. And I understand you feeling like it's a little sad as the social life, because we're still focusing on business. Like, we're still focusing on work, and both of us being women, single women, and I'm not saying that women shouldn't work or that we shouldn't be driven or anything. I'm not saying that, but we do have a sense of this, especially if we have children, we got to be nurturing and providing, and that is hard. That is so hard to do. And then we're like, we want to be a woman at the same time, because our children are not going to see us as a woman. They see us as mommy, or in my case as auntie, not as a woman. Like, I like to laugh, I want to have fun, I want to actually eat my own dinner, not finish yours. Like, I want to do things. Like, I want to do those things, and like, I mean, I want to go to school to add value to myself, but I may want to hang out with the people that I go to school with, but you don't have time for stuff like that. Like, so this community, we have days where we just let our head down and things like that, but for the most part, the goal is business, and we work, which is business. So it's like, where is that time to relax? Because what I'm hearing from you is balance, freedom, and being able to be unlimited to opportunities in your life. Like, that's so important to you. And getting your time back. Like, your time is so important.
Well, yes, Lord.
and that's what I could sing. That's another thing. Antoinette has a lovely, lovely voice, and just getting that time back in our lives. And this has helped me put together something that I've struggled with for so long. My niece is 15, and this battle of, I am the nurturer and a provider, and not that I'm not nurturing, but I am very, like the drill sergeant, getting that discipline in, because our children need it. Like, they really need it. Everybody's going to be their friend. I'm not your friend.
Goodness. Can I chime in? I don't want to cut you off. No, but you are just in my life. Monique, you know that you just be in my life. You know it. So I just had this conversation, though, and that's what's so crazy. All the time, you and me, Monique. So me and my mom just had this all the time. It's so crazy. We just stay in each other's ways. Okay, so all of the ways. So my mom and I were just talking about that, and I was saying, Mom, I'm just over it. Like, I need some help. And I can't deal with these dudes no more. It's so frustrating. Dating is so frustrating, and I'm used to being married, and I'm divorced, so it's like, it's not even the same dating world no more. And I'm not even going to dive all the way into that right now. I'm going to go shallow. I'm going to shallow in, okay? And I'm just going to say.
Because we had, goodness. I thought that was going to be the interview. I'm so glad it didn't, because you opened me way up. And, but it blessed me though. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Thank you. No. Okay.
You were talking to your mom. Yes. He has changed and things like that.
Yes. Thank you. So I was talking to my mom about, having to like balance life and stuff. And I was saying, like, Mom, I'm just tired. I'm just so tired because, like, I just want somebody around, but I'm just not going to fill that position with just anybody. Like, I'm not. I just won't. So, because it's like that position has to be filled with somebody that loves my daughter and loves me just as much. Well, not just as much, but loves my daughter too. And it also has to be somebody that, can get me and understand me. at the same time, because a lot of people can't take me. Like I said, they can't take my personality. I get it. I'm okay with it. Totally okay with it. And like I said, if you can't take me, then that's good that I know up front, because I don't want to waste my time, or your time. But I was saying, like, Mom, like, it's crazy because I feel like I said, I'm just high and by to my daughter. And that's like the role of a man. And I feel like all I do is I'm a disciplinarian. And then I gotta be like, oh, baby, I'm sorry. Let me kiss the boo-boo. And I'm just like, oh, it's so frustrating. I don't want to be two people. I want to be one person. I want to either be mommy or daddy. I can't be daddy and mommy. And I definitely don't want to be daddy, because daddy's never there. He's working all the time to make sure that he's providing. And I'm daddy more than I'm mommy. But then I'm like, I feel like I'm neglecting her. But I got to make this money because I got to pay these bills. So I'm working to live and I'm living to work. And it's just this cycle until the right person comes along and swoops in and saves the day and says, I'm going to come in and I'm going to be self-sufficient and I'm going to help in this household and I'm going to make sure that we grow together. Exactly. And I need somebody to build with, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to fill that with just anybody because the position's open. And that's my issue. But on the flip side of that, I can't ever find anybody if I'm in the house and or working. So what do I do?
That is true.
How am I going to get remarried if I never did? I don't know. But what I do know is these bills, though. These bills, though.
Because they make a date every month.
They make a date every single week. There's a bill. At least one. Every single week of every single month. There's at least one bill. So trust me, I go out once a week.
Pay for the meal and everything.
So sad. Go ahead, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. You were just telling me about the provider and the nurturer, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but I had to touch on that because you were just in my life, Continue.
And hey, this is your narrative, so you can cut, snip, whatever you feel. When it comes to you, it's all about, sharing that, because we never know what young girl may be listening, and like you said, she's like really super funny, talkative in class, and a lot of people have a negative view of sales and don't realize how we use it in everything we do. Yes. And when they see that young girl knowing how to mold her, like she's going to be able, if you give her something to sell, this young girl can do it. Like knowing how to mold what she has so that way she can be used properly in class instead of being looked at as defiant.
The angry black woman. Yes.
And that is not going to be your narrative. So let's I want to get to that because, it seems like that's a narrative that it gets thrown at all of us, but we're talking about you right now, and that's a narrative that's being thrown at you, the angry black girl narrative. And some people know how to work it, but I don't even, it's kind of like the N-word. I don't care how you flip it.
Yes!
You're not working it for me. Like, I don't want to see you have to work the angry black girl narrative.
Thank you. And I won't. I'm going to tell you now. I talk to my manager the same. Listen. Because I'm straight, no chaser, all the time. Don't care, manager, not manager, mother, father, sister, brother. This is me. And I'm going to be respectful, and I'm going to tell you how I feel. Because you're going to be respectful of me, too. I'm not going to allow you to disrespect me. I don't care what position you are. You're a human. You bleed like I bleed. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when people understand that, life would be a lot more simple.
I'm sorry. No. I thought you were going to go into like a example of it. Do you feel like the angry black girl narrative, do you feel like that's something that's been thrown on you all your life?
or like in the most recent years, or?
I would say, once again, man, you just got some great questions.
I'm ready to stop making my head bigger than what it is.
You do. These questions are great. Because I really have to stop and think. And I usually be like, blah, 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 because I'm always ready. But you're really making me think here. All right. Was it all my life? I wouldn't say all my life. I would say most of my life. Because listen, I've been a size 12 since I was 12. So that's big for 12. I'm a 12 now. I'm an adult. But I was a size 6
either, but I feel like for females, we like, well, no, actually, I used to be the person that was like, you would see my weight change so drastically all the time. Now I've actually maintained it to be like consistent. But I feel like for girls, we really don't, like by the time 13, 14, I don't know if this is like scientifically right, but it's just like we're saying. Like, we don't really grow as much as guys do. But, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That sounds about right. No, I said that sounds about right, actually. By the time I was 16, though, I was a size 16. And I've maintained that, you know, in its own fluctuations, pregnancy, not, you know, I've been a size 16, 18, I would say, most. Since I was, 16. I think I've always worn my weight well. I'm not like, a pear shape, but I was just like, I don't know. It's like once the transformation change, it happened, how I like to call it. I think my perception of myself changed a little bit. I mean, I always pull dudes because I'm just me. I think my personality shines through. And it doesn't matter. Long story short, short story long. See, the cocky just oozes out every once in a while.
Once you, like when you get to like relax, and when God sends that man into your life, and you listen to this, and you're gonna be like, I was handling all that by myself. No wonder. No wonder.
Yes. Speak it. I receive it.
Because that's why, like, when we have the time to actually talk to somebody, we're like, if it's not about my kids, I don't know. Like, what do you mean? What about me? Like, you can't even think of what you like, what you wear, and what's in your mind, and when you actually get to have a conversation. So, this is good.
Well, you just keep all in my life. I'm gonna answer that question, and then I'm gonna touch on what you just said. See, I'm working on that too, because if I don't respond right away, I forget what I was gonna say, and then it comes off like I'm being rude, like I'm cutting you off, but I'm really not trying to. I'm just trying to answer what you just said before it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Okay?
I have a thought process, and I love it. You go on.
I promise. I'm trying to hold on to the thoughts. I do. But they're gone. If you start something new, I'm going with that. I don't know. But
it'll come back up somehow. We're good.
No, but I was saying, did it affect me all my life? No. And why I was telling you why I was certain weights at certain times was because when I was bigger, I felt like I never fit in, and my brothers would be like, oh, you're so fat, or you're so this, and then when I got older, they'd be like, we were just saying that because we were teasing you, but it kind of created a lot of self-doubt and low self-esteem at a younger age, and, once I kind of came into my womanhood and started, dressing more feminine and wearing clothes that flattered me as opposed to just wearing whatever, not like I dressed bad, but I just wore, just not professional clothes, just jeans and tees and, just whatever. And I just started, dressing more age appropriate, business appropriate, contouring myself to fit. My mom told me a long while ago when I got divorced, she was like, I want you to walk out of the house every day like you're going to meet your husband. And I said, wow, that's so good. Like, that's so good. So now I really try to make a conscious effort to give that every day, because you can't catch me slipping. Oh, I gotta tell you something. Oh, Monique, I gotta tell you.
Is it like a person, or
You can tell me right now. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Yeah. This is good. God sent this to me, and I just want to tell you, because we're just talking right now, I guess. Because this is just, I know this is an interview, but I just want to tell you stuff.
It's a conversation.
Like Oprah.
You go on. Tell me.
I got this word recently, and I was half asleep. Man, I was half asleep. Me and my mom was talking, and I was like, yeah, I'm about to get ready to get ready. But I was like, wow, like we got to get ready to get ready.
Mm.
And then she was like, no, you got to get ready to be ready. And I'm like, that's even better. That's going to be
Look at Mom.
I know, because you can't just be ready. You got to get ready before you're just ready. There's only certain people in the world that are just born ready. And that's far and few between. Everybody else got to learn. And for real, you got to get ready then. Everybody else got to get ready. You got to get ready to be ready.
Right. It doesn't matter how you, if you're ready, it doesn't matter that you had to get ready. At least you're ready at that point.
Exactly.
I love that. Love that.
I could preach on that all day. Preach. But my plan is I'm in the get ready. And I'm about to be ready. And when I'm ready, you ain't going to be able to stop me. And that's the mindset that I'm at. And I want somebody to match that. But anyway, neither here nor there. That's side note. Back to the question. The question was, did I feel like that all my life? No, I didn't feel like that all of my life, but a lot of my life I always felt like an outsider, like I didn't fit in. And my brother said it today on the phone. He was like, you've always been special. You've always been different. That's why girls didn't like you, because you're not like everybody else. You've never been like everybody else. And I was just like, wow, that's somebody from the outside saying that. I've always felt that, but I've never said that. But for somebody else to tell me that was like, wow. I wasn't weird. I mean, I wasn't just in my head with that. You know what I mean? Like, right. That's crazy though. Like, so I would say half of my life, but most definitely in my adult life. That narrative of the angry black woman, it's like, if you dare speak out, you're unprofessional. If you dare say anything that we don't agree with, we're going to target you. We're going to make sure you regret ever saying anything again. And it's like, you can't stop the truth as much as you might like to. Eventually, the darkness shall come to the light. Everything in the dark will come to the light eventually. So you can try to suppress me. You can try to hurt me, but this is mine, says the Lord. So I'm not here to fight anybody at this point. And then once I finally gave it over, which I'm at that point, I feel the prosperity coming, because like everything's moving into place. People moving out of my way by accident. Like just life is moving them. Like it's crazy. Like it's crazy. And it's like I hear it, I see it, but I'm listening to God more. I really, really am. Like I'm making a conscious effort to speak with Him daily. Me and my brother were talking about it, and he was like, you need to ask God every day, what do you want from me, God? What do you need me to do? And my job on this earth is to spread the word of God, first and foremost. Mm-hmm. And when souls, and our jobs, all of us should be to get to heaven, and I received that. As much as I tried to fight, because I don't really, we be butting heads because we are very alike. But, as much as I hate, to admit it, he's absolutely right. And I received it, so I started, really trying to work on having a better relationship with God, a more open, and start listening to what He's saying to me, because I don't really feel that message was, I wouldn't even think it would have came from Him, but God can send a message to anybody, to anything. And not to go all spiritual on you, but That's where that conversation was earlier, and I feel like to hear it from him was not just the spiritual side, but to hear that I was special, that I always stuck out. My brother's one year older than me, so he's seen me grow up, you know. So, but one thing he also said was, don't focus on money. And I'm like, I'm not focused on money. I'm focused on surviving. You don't see it like that, but I see it like that. I'm trying to survive over here. But, I mean, I live well, but I'm surviving in that. You know what I mean?
Right.
The more you make, the more bills you got. And I think people overlook that. They overlook that a lot. I'm like, no, I live paycheck to paycheck too. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I'm like, 20 minutes for some gum and cheese. You don't even know. Okay? No, I'm just kidding. No, I speak prosperity. I'm blessed though. I am. I'm blessed. But I think the key to my blessings is that I bless others as much as I can. As much as I can, I bless others. I promote others. I network with others. I do what I think is right as much as I can, because I understand that that's how we grow. And that's how we help others grow. And if I can be a light to someone else, then I've done my job.